Greetings, Earthlings, and welcome to another amazing episode of Urban Nerd Weekly. Today is Tuesday, May the 5th, and it's Cinco de Mayo. It's also the second episode of Season 6 and Day 2 of Urban Nerd Week, the official launch of Season 6. Thanks for tuning in and nerding out with us today, you guys. On today's Nerd News Update, Kanye West is officially a billionaire. The NFL Draft was one of the biggest talks of the day that this episode was supposed to come out. And NASA's Hubble telescope is 30 years old. Check out all that and more on today's episode. So tune in, nerd out on today's episode of Urban Nerd Weekly.
I got a new podcast out of 1,000 subscribers, bro. It's called Urban Nerd Weekly, available on iTunes, SoundCloud, and Google Play Music. My
back up in the shit. I just snacks and couple beats. I'm about to hit the stick, so go and follow me on Twitch. Now watch me. Now watch me. Watch me, crank that, now watch me, crank that. Greetings, Earthlings, how you guys doing? Welcome back to another episode of Urban Nerd Weekly. So glad you guys decided to tune in and nerd out with us once again. Dropping episode 2 of a 5-day takeover of Urban Nerd Weekly for the first 5 episodes of Urban Nerd Weekly, which are all late. The season was supposed to start on April 10th, but of course my little man was born that day, so I've been in super daddy mode for the last couple of weeks, and now it's time to hop back on that horse and start riding again. And that's the Urban Nerd Weekly horse, of course. So yeah, man, so glad you guys decided to come on back with us. It's been a crazy, and here's the thing about all the episodes that you're hearing right now. They were all meant and written for a different day. So all the stuff that I'm talking about, some of the nerd news stuff is a little dated. But I wanted to make sure I gave you guys the content that I wrote for you guys to enjoy. So even though today is May the 5th, this episode was actually originally supposed to come out on April 17th, and around that time, it was a couple days before 420, so happy 420 to everyone. And also around this time, I'm not going to say the specific date, but around this week, Nano Kitty Cat's birthday also happened, so happy super fucking late birthday to her. So yeah, man, we're going to get right on into things. First things first, I want to remind you guys, subscribe to the show on all the different platforms, that being iTunes, it's not iTunes anymore, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, Spreaker, TuneIn, SoundCloud, of course, all that great stuff, pretty much everything except Spotify. Still working on getting on Spotify, but as soon as we on Spotify, trust me, y'all gonna have the biggest fucking announcement of your life. Also remind you guys to make sure you follow the show on social media, especially on the big 3, that being Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram, all at Urban Nerd Weekly. I repeat, all at Urban Nerd Weekly. Urban Nerd Weekly spelled correctly, no spaces, no dashes, no underscores. And don't forget to follow the host, Nano Kitty Cat, and I on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. You can find Kitty at Nano_Kitty_Cat on Twitter and Instagram, and on Facebook, of course, you can find her at KittyCatNano1, and that is the URL of her, that is the @name of her official page on Facebook, so y'all make sure y'all go in there and like that page and support the movement. It's gang over here, so I always rep for mine. And of course, don't forget to follow your boy, yours truly, on all the social media. Once again, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, all at Space Was Here. I repeat, all at Space Was Here, SPAYCEWUZHERE. And of course, my name is at Space Was Here on pretty much every social networking site, including TikTok, Triller. I was about to say Musically, but I think TikTok is Musically now, isn't it? Yeah, so everything except Snapchat. On Snapchat, it's A1 Space, and that's if you still be on there like that. So holla at your boy if you're on there. But right about now, we're gonna go and get into today's digital download. In the book section of today's digital download, Ask Me If I Care by Ryan Vale, New Husband by DJ Palmer, and Modern Temptress by Megan March all came out on April the 14th. In the music section of this episode of this digital download, we got The Baby with Blame It on Baby, the legendary Cujo Goody with Echoes of a Legend, RJD2 with The Fun Ones, and Frito Bang with Most Hated, all came out on April the 17th. And that's all for today's digital download. Before we slide on forward with today's show, I want to remind you guys about some of our extra content out there. We got a new intro song coming up real soon. I want you guys to keep your ears tuned out for it, and it's going to be available on my SoundCloud page as soon as it drops. Also, make sure you guys surf all over that web to check out that Cool Cutlass interview we did where he did with Urban Nerd Weekly. It was awesome, and if you guys haven't checked it out, you won't be sorry when you do. Also want to remind you guys about Kitty's Corner, her new segment on the Urban Nerd Weekly Facebook page, and it's where she's going to be giving her take on some news topics and some things that's going on in pop culture as it relates to episodes of Urban Nerd Weekly. She has earned her own spot. She got her own segment. She's still going to be on the show from time to time, and it's probably going to be more in the future that she's going to be on the show, but as of right now, with the whole social distancing thing going on, we're still trying to figure out how we're going to do that, so we're going to let Nano Kitty Cat have her own segment, and I want you guys to make sure you tune in and nerd out to that, just like you do to Urban Nerd Weekly each and every week, and that's if you love me. But that's all our extra stuff around the web. Once again, guys, happy Cinco de Mayo. I don't know about y'all, but I've been celebrating great today. But first up on today's Nerd News Update, Kanye West, if you remember me saying it earlier, Kanye West is officially a billionaire now and definitely wants all of you guys to know. Straight out of the south side of Chicago. Oh, wait, nah, he's from the south side. He's from Chicago, though. Well, he might be from the south side. I don't know. I might have said that because I heard him say that shit in a song or something. But anyway, according to Forbes.com, when last we checked in with Kanye West, the mercurial hip-hop superstar turned footwear magnate, I was tiptoeing through a parking lot crop circle composed of hundreds of pairs of his Yeezy sneakers. I'm not a numbers guy, he explained 10 months ago. To ask me to somehow translate this to numbers is to ask your grandmother exactly what the recipe of the cake was. Well, Kanye, that's a relative statement, because my grandma could fucking tell you that shit. There's only one number that West cares about, $1 billion, as in dollars, and he cares a lot. When we featured West on the cover of Forbes last summer, delving into his incredible success with the Yeezy, he seemed pleased at first. His world-famous even tweeted her congratulations to the positive affirmations of 32,300 of her closest Twitter friends. Which, what the fuck is close to these people? But without sufficient documentation on his annual stake versus just his word in industry guesstimates, we didn't call him a billionaire. And that grated on him as the year wore on. He protested publicly. I showed them an $89 million receipt, and they still didn't say billionaire. He told an industry panel about something that no one at Forbes remembers. In private, he was more biting. A disrespectful article he texted this week that was purposely snubbing me. So I don't know if y'all remember that, but Kanye was upset that niggas wasn't giving him credit for becoming a billionaire. Cause, you know, it's Kanye, so y'all gotta know he ballin', bro. And if y'all don't know, then it don't count, right? Okay. So when Forbes' annual billionaires list appeared earlier this month, again with West absent, still no documentation, and now pandemic to boot, West again reacted with hurt and venom. You know what you're doing? He texted. You toying with me. And I'm not finna lie. Lie down and take it anymore in Jesus' name. Okay, first of all, Kanye, you can't be evoking Jesus because people ain't acknowledging that you rich as fuck, bro. I don't know if you read up on Jesus or not, but I don't think he would have condoned that type of behavior. I mean, I'm not judging. I'm just saying, like, according to the book that you said you go by, I mean, he said it's going to be real hard for you to get in heaven with all that money, Jack. But anyway, that was me being stupid. Oh, spilt a little bit of the platinum on my house shoes. Cinco de Mayo, people. So yeah. At one point, he texted Forbes. He texted that Forbes was part of the media that was trying to suppress his self-made narrative because he's black. That sister-in-law Kylie Jenner did not make the list also clearly stuck in his crew. Then, yesterday, And yesterday was a bunch of yesterdays ago. A breakthrough. West directed his team to provide what we feel is an authentic numeric look in a Kanye ink. 3 things became clear from this exercise. First, it reinforces why we put him on the cover in the first place. West, in just a few years, has created a brand that's challenging Nike's Air Jordan for sneaker world supremacy in the first time in like 2 decades, maybe 3. It's one of the great retail stories of the century. Second, it reinforced that West, who claims both in words and in his paperwork that he's worth more than $3 billion, is as overly boastful as his political idol Donald Trump. Not a numbers guy. We fucking agree. Yeah, not a numbers guy indeed. I don't know about y'all, but y'all make a Geminis look like they don't know how to, count. Which, I know y'all can because y'all read all them books and shit and you talk to yourself enough all day. Or you talk to your other half of you all day in order to be smart as a schizophrenic without having to need medicine and shit. Alright, so I'm just gonna keep it 100 with y'all. The rest of this episode, I gotta keep it 100 with. The rest of this episode is gonna be very much so affected by the fact that this Anejo 1800 is very rampantly running through my system. So that's probably why I keep on saying Happy Cinco de Mayo. But whatever the case may be, we're gonna keep this shit rolling on and on and on. Finally, and perhaps most critically to West, it does confirm based on our estimates that his stake in Yeezy indeed makes him a billionaire. A bit over $1 billion, actually. And Kanye wasn't feeling that shit. This ain't part of the article. Kanye wasn't feeling that shit when they only said he only had like $1 billion, because that's not good enough. He has $3 billion. Which tracks, because he usually does shit about a couple of years after Jay-Z does it. Jay-Z hit a Billy, like a while ago, right? Did he hit it? I don't know. We'll research it. I had research, but I set my drink on it and it got wet, so kind of free balling it, kind of winging it. No, I'm just playing. This right here. But yeah, in the process, we can now share more details about Yeezy than ever before revealed, as well as some insight into what drives this extremely creative, extremely enigmatic 10-digit artist. Yeezy is a complicated asset. West owns 100% of it, but it's functionally tied, at least for 5+ years based on the documents we saw, to Adidas, which produces, markets, and distributes the shoes. There's also a separate apparel division that we don't believe makes money. Last year, our sources projected that the shoes would finish 2019 with a revenue north of $1.5 billion. Adidas would not comment then or now. Percent conversations and internal documents, we believe that the final revenue number ended up closer to $1.3 billion. One source, our source, that is Forbes' source, that's not my source. We don't have sources. We do, but not for shit like this. Their sources told them last year that West's agreement calls for him to receive a royalty around 15% of Yeezy revenue from Adidas. That's right, people. 15 cents on every dollar goes straight to Kanye West from Adidas. Upon closer inspection, it appears some expenses are carved out of that slice, bringing his actual cut closer to 11 cents on the dollar. At that rate, he would have received royalties of over $140 million from Yeezy last year. West's aggressive $3 billion self-appraisal is clearly based on the idea that the business is infinitely portable. It's not. Taking Yeezy away from Adidas seems almost prohibitively cumbersome, if not contractually impossible. A safer way to value it as a royalty stream, like music, publishing, or film residuals. Multiples based on data from services like Royalty Exchange and reports from large private sections can range from as low as 3 for something faddish like Cardi B's Bodak Yellow to 17 for an evergreen asset like Eddie Murphy film Trading Places. I get that. But all in all, facts of the matter is Kanye West is a billionaire. And he wants you guys to know about it. So there we go. Kanye West is a billionaire. Y'all know how Kanye is. He really is like the black Donald Trump. Like, if he runs... Like, in all honesty, Kanye can run for president. We'd be just as fucked as we would with Donald Trump. I say, just because I'd be happier... Like, first of all, as a comic, I think I gotta have a little bit more fun shitting on Kanye, just because I know he might say some shit back, first of all. Second of all, Donald Trump... Comedians have been shitting on Donald Trump's retarded ass for like, what, 4 decades now? We're beating a dead horse, folks. I mean, shit, the fact that he's president is the only reason that there's even new material to even do on this orange sock puppet. But I've digressed. Anyway, Kanye for president 2020. Next up on Nerd News Update. I normally don't even talk about sports on Urban Nerd Weekly just because, like, I have a thing going on with a possible another show or a show I might do. But the NFL draft, I don't know if you guys remember this shit, but the NFL draft is just taking over the entire weekend. That's all that everyone was talking about. And yeah, I'm pretty happy with what's going on with the Falcons. I'm loving our new jerseys that was also revealed during this time period. But one thing that was kind of crazy was that during the NFL draft, Offset from the Migos announced one of the Falcons picks on behalf of the American Cancer Society. So I thought that was really cool. He's like, basically, on behalf of the, I guess he's representing American Cancer Society. I don't know if he has like a family member that has cancer, or this has just kind of always been a big topic of importance to him. But I don't know, man. Offset got up there, announced the NFL draft pick. I think it was like the first pick or some shit like that. But yeah, so big shouts out to Offset from Migos for doing that on behalf of that particular organization. Because cancer ain't no hoe, bro. Cancer is a real biggity fat bitch. But sliding right along, next piece of nerd news update up for today is that recently we have found out that the home of COVID-19, the current strain of the coronavirus that has the world in the chokehold right now, which comes from Wuhan. Wuhan is also apparently the capital of fentanyl. Now, if you guys don't know what fentanyl is, it is also known as the Great Death. And it is something that hit the United States of America last year really, really hard. Wait, was that last year or the year before? It hit within the last 3 years. And it hit really hard. Like, around the time that heroin made another comeback, because heroin comes back every like 20 years, right? So, around the time that heroin was making its current comeback, right around the time Donald Trump and Hillary... So, yeah, that had to be like 4 years ago, because it was around the time that Donald Trump and Hillary were racing to become the douchebag that we fucking hate in Oval Office. And, yeah. So, heroin was making a comeback, and around that time, fentanyl was hitting the streets real hard, and it was killing motherfuckers left and right. Like, fentanyl is so bad, drug dealers, like, don't even want that shit, bruh. Like, because it's not like... Okay, here's the thing about fentanyl. It is a drug, right? But it gets you so high, you fucking die, right? So, here's the thing about drug addicts. They don't give a fuck about dying. They give a lot of fucks about getting high, though. So what happens is people are trying fentanyl on purpose, hoping to roll the dice and that they don't die. But another thing that's also happening is people are trying to cut other drugs with fentanyl, right? Like cocaine and heroin, shit that you could mix something great with, and it, like, if you're not paying all the way attention, you'd miss the fact that shit's in there. But they cut that shit with it to be able to stretch the dope. I'm giving y'all way too much street game right now. That's how I know that Anejo is really doing his job for this particular episode. But if you didn't know, in order to stretch dope, you have to mix it with something else of a similar, like a substance of similar consistency, viscosity, blah, 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 blah. So, for perfect example, a lot of times you hear rappers and drug dealers talk about baking soda or baby powder or baby formula or some shit that's powdery. They use that to cut cocaine and heroin to be able to make it seem like there's more than it really is, but they just mix it in there. That's what cut means, to mix something in. But the capital, the place where all this shit is coming from, is Wuhan, which is the same place that coronavirus is coming from, which I'm like, what the fuck? Is Wuhan out to end the earth right now? According to Los Angeles Times, in an article by Kate Linthicum, which is a staff writer at the Los Angeles Times, coronavirus chokes the drug trade from Wuhan through Mexico and onto the U.S. streets. Mexico City, for drug traffickers interested in getting in the fentanyl business, all road once led to Wuhan. The sprawling industrial city built along the Yangtze River in east central China is known for its production of chemicals, including the ingredients needed to cook fentanyl and other powerful synthetic opioids. And that's a big part of why it's taking motherfuckers out, is because it's a synthetic opioid. So first of all, any drug that's man-made, I'm just letting y'all know, man. Like, if y'all trying to find an escape in life and masturbation and sports don't do it for you, if you're gonna turn to illicit substances, please do something that is grown out of the earth and it just comes out naturally that way. Like weed, shrooms, DMT. Yeah, I know you gotta fuck up a frog to get that shit, but damn it, that's still naturally occurring, alright? Anything outside of that, y'all running a risk of fucking yourself up by something that's man-made. Man did not make the things that man needed to make. Those were here, already put by the creator. Now, I'm not finna get on a pedestal or nothing, but I'm sure there's a lot of Urban Nerd Weekly listeners that might be atheists, but just agree to disagree with me that I believe there's a creator. I'm not even gonna tell you like what religion I believe in, where all that good stuff. Just know I do believe in a creator, and I'm pretty sure if he didn't make it for us to feel crazy, like even alcohol. I count alcohol as okay, but just not in a lot of amounts. I'm teetering on the lot amounts right now, but I'm gonna ride the line real smooth for like an hour so I can balance myself out. But in all, like, this fentanyl shit, if you need an escape, that shit ain't where it's at, bruh. But vendors are shipping huge quantities. We're back to the Los Angeles Times article. Vendors are, I accidentally clicked on the ad, but I'm kind of glad I did. It's an ad for a mask. But the bitch wearing the mask is kind of bad, bruh. I'm gonna have to show her to Bay later. She's kind of cute. She got tats and shit, too. She look foreign. I have to show her to Lady A. Alright, but enough with that. That is totally an accident. She looked good with a turtleneck on. That's how you know a bitch bad. But back to the Los Angeles Times article. Vendors are shipping huge quantities around the world. The biggest customers were Mexican drug cartels, which have embraced fentanyl in recent years because it's cheaper and easier to produce than heroin. But the novel coronavirus that emerged in Wuhan late last year before spreading across the planet has disrupted the fentanyl supply chain, causing a ripple effect that has cut into the profits of Mexican traffickers and driven up street drug prices across the United States. Hell to the motherfuck yeah. Cause let me tell you how somebody was trying to tell me they trying to charge motherfuckers like $400 on fucking wholesale price for a fucking ounce, bruh. Who's doing that shit? Coronavirus need to get this bullshit together, okay? I'm not, And that's the dealer, like, that's before breakdown retail? Oh, fuck y'all. The streets is a lie, bitch. The streets is a lie. But anyway, the novel, so yeah, it's just cutting in some money. The few industries, illicit or not, have been unscathed by the pandemic that has upended the global economy and killed more than 190,000 people worldwide. The narcotics trade, which relies on the constant movement of goods and people, has been stymied by the lockdowns, travel bans, and other efforts to contain the virus. According to government officials, academic researchers, and drug traffickers, Mexican production of fentanyl and methamphetamine appears to be especially hit hard. For all you guys out there that's moving that weight, just know this coronavirus means the price is going up for everything. Moving on to the next subject of today's nerd news update. The Hubble telescope on April the 24th turned 30 years old, and NASA celebrated with a tapestry showing two brand new before seen nebulas that one resembles the coral reef and is actually called the cosmic reef. According to NASA.gov, NASA is celebrating the Hubble telescope's 30 year of unlocking the beauty and mystery of space by unveiling a stunning new portrait of a firestorm of star birth in a neighboring galaxy. In this Hubble portrait, the giant red nebula NGC 2014 and its smaller blue nebula NGC 2020 are part of a vast star-forming region in the large Magellanic Cloud, a satellite galaxy of the Milky Way located 163 light years away. The image is nicknamed the Cosmic Reef because it resembles an underworld sea. 30 years ago on April 24th, 1990, same year that me was born, Hubble was carried aloft from NASA's Kennedy Space Center in Florida aboard the Space Shuttle Discovery along with a 5-astronaut crew. Deployed into Earth's orbit a day later, the telescope opened a new eye into the cosmos that has been transformative for our civilization. Hubble is revolutionizing. Did I say that right? Revolutionizing. Hubble is revolutionizing modern astronomy, not only for scientists, but also by taking the public on a wondrous journey of exploration and discovery. Hubble's never-ending, breathtaking celestial snapshots provide a visual shorthand of Hubble's top scientific achievements. Unlike any space telescope before it, Hubble made astronomy relevant, engaging, and accessible for people of all ages. The space telescope's iconic imagery has redefined our view of the universe and our place in time and space. Hubble has given us stunning insights about the universe from nearby planets to the farthest galaxies we have seen so far, said Thomas Zuckerberg, Buchan, Associated Administrator for Science at NASA headquarters in Washington, D.C. It was revolutionary to launch such a large telescope 30 years ago, and this astronomy powerhouse is still delivering revolutionary science today. Its spectacular images have captured the imagination for decades and will continue to inspire humanity for years to come. Unencumbered by Earth's blurring atmosphere, the Space Observatory unveils the universe in unprecedented crystal clear sharpness across a broad range of wavelengths from ultraviolet to near-infrared light. Hubble's top accomplishments include measuring the expansion and acceleration rate of the universe, finding that black holes are common amongst galaxies, characterizing the atmospheres of planets and other stars, and monitoring weather changes on planets across the entire solar system, and looking back in time across 90% of the universe to chronicle the birth and evolution of stars and galaxies. Hubble has yielded to date 1.4 million observations and provided data that astronomers around the world have used to write more than 17,000 peer-reviewed scientific publications, making it the most prolific space observatory in history. Its archival data alone will fuel future astronomy research for generations to come. So big shouts out to NASA and the 30-year anniversary of the Hubble telescope. I think that's dope as fuck. And I didn't know until I was reading this article that me and the Hubble telescope are almost the same age. The Hubble telescope is only older than me by a couple of months. And if you want to get all technical and shit by definition, by the state of Georgia's definition of when life begins, I was already alive, motherfucker. So what's happening? Yeah. But yeah, man, so big shouts out to NASA, the Hubble telescope, and these new nebulas that have been discovered. I think I'm gonna post this picture on the Urban Nerd Weekly Instagram page. This is really fucking beautiful. Like, I'm not even gonna lie to you, man. I'm looking at this picture like, holy shit, I want this to be the screensaver to my life. Like, it's beautiful. It's really opulent. I even saved it on my phone, so I'm definitely gonna be posting this on the Urban Nerd Weekly Instagram page. So make sure you guys check that shit out. And we're going to be moving on to the last subject in today's Nerd News Update. Got a little bit in the Rona Watch to talk about. But there's only one story in today's Rona Watch. And that's really just about, the shit that y'all already know that everybody would talk about. Motherfuckers injecting disinfectant into their veins and shit. Because people are retarded. However, before we get into that, we're going to talk about the guy Jesus Trejo dropping a new Showtime special real soon. I'm so excited about it because I've actually heard about this guy a couple of times before, and then I saw his I saw some shit on him online over the last couple of days, and I was researching this story or whatever. And yeah, so Jesus Trejo, Stay at Home Son, which was shot in 2019, but I think it just came out. Jesus Trejo's first 1-hour special, Stay at Home Son, explores the Long Beach natives' upbringing as seen through his comedic lens. As an only child to immigrant parents, Trejo grew up learning many of life's lessons in the most unconventional ways, all while constantly feeling the need to meet his parents' high expectations. From winning his first marathon to winning his first fight, Stay at Home Son paints the picture of a first-generation Mexican-American who goes to great lengths to impress his parents, which is the plight, honestly, of most comedians. We're all just trying to prove to someone that, we're special. And there's nothing really wrong with that, I guess, maybe from my perspective, because it just seems so natural to me. But yeah, that's all for today's Nerd News Update. On today's Rona Watch, we just really wanted to basically touch base on the fact that President Trump fucking, in a way, has told people that is just, of course, saying it's a joke later, and of course, hearing it sounds really ridiculous and stupid, but President Trump announced jokingly that people should use disinfectant and inject it themselves as a option to fight coronavirus. Like, he says this in the midst of the death toll being well over 80,000 people. And right now, he's mocking the fact that, he's backhandedly mocking the fact that Georgia's already open. I think Florida's open right now, and if I'm not mistaken, I heard California is about to be reopening, which is really weird because they just approved this $383 billion relief bill that just got approved for, it's supposed to be for another stimulus pack. We'll see if that's what happens. But, as you guys know, my hometown of Georgia is already open. So I think California's about to. And the death toll is rising. Like I told you guys in the other episode, the first 24 hours after Georgia started reopening stuff, we had 10 times the amount of coronavirus cases popping up, because we're averaging like 100 a day right now, and in those 24 hours there was 1,000 new cases, which of course those numbers could have been manipulated, but at the same time we're in a space right now where we can't take the chance that that's not true. And amidst all of this, President Trump is jokingly saying that people should maybe suggesting that people should injecting disinfectant. That was a mini tongue twister. As a treatment for coronavirus or a preventative measure, also, because that's how some people took it. Like, here's an article from the Business Insider by Kayla Epstein. Ooh, I wonder if she's related to Jeffrey Epstein. Hey, somebody put a pin in that. We're gonna put a pin in that, and anybody listen to this episode, if y'all could find out if Kayla Epstein is related to Jeffrey Epstein, I would thank you in droves for sending me that info. But according to the Business Insider, a Kansas man consumed cleaning products last weekend after Trump mused that injecting disinfectants might help fight the coronavirus. It's not funny, but it's fucking hilarious. A Kansas man consumed chemical cleaning products over the weekend, according to a top state health official. The man consumed the toxic substance after President Trump mused at an April 23rd press conference about whether using an injection of disinfectants could be treated to used to treat the coronavirus, which it cannot. And then that same statement, I'm pretty sure someone said something about shining light, like light killing the virus. So yeah, people think about shoving flashlights up their asses to try to fight this shit too. The Secretary of Kansas Department of Health and Environment, Lee Norman, did not attribute the man's decision directly to Trump, but said the man drank a product because of the advice he'd received. Norman said calls to Kansas's Poison Control Center about cases involving cleaning chemical products had increased 40%, but did not clarify the person's condition. Trump had said he was being sarcastic when making his disinfectant remarks, while his press secretary defended the president by saying his words were taken out of context. That's bullshit. That's malarkey. I mean, yeah, he probably was joking, but you don't make jokes like that when you're POTUS, you know what I mean? You're commander-in-chief. There are people out here dying from some shit, and it makes them feel great to believe that this unorthodox thing that you just suggested may, in the end up saving them. So, I don't. This is the weirdest fucking thing. This is the weirdest presidency I've ever seen. I've only been an adult for one other person's presidency, and it was Barack Obama. And I'm telling you, bro, he was already a hard act to follow, but Trump is just, he's shit in the bed right now, and the Republicans seem like they just scrambling, or really, it seems like all of Washington is kind of scrambling to kind of keep the world together because they know we just, this is the first time, like, the president has always been like a king in that their title is mostly titular and most of the power is truly behind the throne, but never has it been more apparent, maybe outside of George Bush, than with Donald fucking Trump. So yeah, just fucking crazy shit, right? All around. Well, moving right along, we're going to remind you guys about a couple of our sponsors before we get into today's topic. Big shouts out to Creative Customs when it comes to clothing, shoes, accessories, and apparel. Creative Customs can customize any and everything that you want. We talking shirts, pants, shoes, socks, t-shirts, bras, drawers, and all. If you want it customized, holla at Creative Customs for it all. Big shouts out to Project South, one of our newer sponsors, a huge community outreach program stationed here in the hometown of Atlanta, Georgia. Project South is a movement building organization founded in 1986 to strengthen community organization, develop accessible political education, and build people-centered infrastructure in the U.S. South. Based in Atlanta, Project South cultivates productive space for social movement leaders, organizations, and collaborations to build people power from the bottom up. Our work is informed by historical legacy and root cause analysis of our social and economic conditions. Project South recognized the powerful role of the media and communication in educating and activating our communities to work for racial, economic, and social injustice, and remains committed to developing movement-driven communication infrastructures in the region. Make sure y'all be definitely looking out when the world starts back opening up again for us to be on some community outreach agendas. And I thought it was so ironic that we finally got a new sponsor, and it was a community outreach program, which is something I really wanted to get into. I wanted Urban Nerd Weekly to be out in the community with the youth, but it's hard when your sponsor is a community outreach program and the community does not want you to fucking reach out to them because you might have that shit. So big shouts out to Project South, and as soon as the world is better again, y'all gonna see us rolling around the city with them a good couple of times a year. Big shouts out to them. We love you, Sweet K's Cakery. I must got a thing for customizing shit when it comes to my sponsors because I love custom stuff, and nothing is better than being able to customize desserts, man. When you got a party coming up, like you got a little baby and your baby's first birthday or third or fifth, and they want them a Superman, Batman cake, or you got a little girl and she want an LOL surprise cake, holla at Sweet K's Cakery, man. They got cupcakes, cake pops, of course, cakes, pies, anything you really want, they could get you. But when it comes to them cakes, pies, and cupcakes, and cake pops, they own the money. So when you want that customized, holla at them. And they really good on short notice. Now, you're going to have to shell out a little extra cheddar, but trust me, that extra cheddar is going to go real good in that buttercream icing. Also, another big shouts out to MTP Studios, aka Marketing the Pie Studios, a marketing and management company. If you are like me and you're a content creator and you just want to be able to create without having to worry about all this marketing stuff, holla at MTP. If you're a business owner and you don't want to get bogged down by marketing more of your, like marketing your content and marketing your business at the same time, as well as producing content to help market your business, holla at MTP, man. Don't get all stressed out trying to be everything. Y'all can outsource a lot of this stuff to companies like Marketing the Pie Studios so you can be more productive. And when it comes to me recommending folks, I couldn't think of anybody to tell y'all to go to first. So make sure y'all hit Marketing the Pie MTP Studios for all of your needs. That's all for today's sponsors, of course. Now we can slide right into today's topic, which is what are the most, like, it's not really a question. We're just talking about some of the more popular shows that have been gaining a little bit notoriety over during the quarantine, and it's been really interesting. Like, one of the first ones that I've been seeing people talk about a lot is this show called Tiger King, which everybody has been kind of obsessed with. And I haven't seen it yet, but I did a little digging on the show, and it does have a very interesting concept. The guy, it's like a wildlife reservation or some shit like that, and this guy is a true character. And so is his whole little posse. They all like a bunch of fucking clowns, bruh. It's hilarious. And then there's this one lady in there whose husband mysteriously disappeared a while back. And now this bitch is like this lady is like the Marilyn Manson of like dead husbands and shit. Cause now Carol Baskins is the meme to go to whenever somebody's boyfriend or husband is missing for more than 20 fucking misses. And now the phrase is she Carol Baskin his ass. I can't wait till the first time I hear that shit on the news. I might, whatever I'm eating is gonna shoot out of my nose because I'm gonna be laughing way too fucking hard. Like, like that's just, and then the fact that like this shit, like all the arguments be about shit that be going on, like zoos and shit, and wildlife reservation, and I'm sorry, I'm just like, even looking at the pictures of the cast of this show is crazy. Like, one of these dudes, like, you ever read that book when you was a little kid, that one little badass kid that used to fuck shit up, and he had them triangle shaped teeth that looked like sharks, and he was like bald, and he just looked bad as shit? I swear to God, the grown-up version of that kid is on Tiger King. Tiger King is a really interesting show. It was kind of how Bird Box was. If y'all remember when Bird Box came out last year, everybody was like tweeting about that shit. I also forgot to mention that if you didn't already know, you can catch Tiger King on Netflix. But another show that has been picking up some steam is Better Things, which is on Hulu. And it's a really cool show about this lady named Sam Fox. She's a single mom, got 3 kids, and you know, it's a dramedy. So it's really all. And I actually like that the Pamela Adlon lady. I like her. Like, she's funny as hell, and she's good in comedy and drama. She's actually, if you guys don't remember, she actually played Louis C.K.'s wife on his show he had on HBO back in the day. Remember, he had that TV show on HBO, and like, it was kind of supposed to be made like an old school sitcom, but it was, you know, basically you could do all the shit that you couldn't do on a sitcom back in the day. It was fucking hilarious. I wish it still came on, but of course I wouldn't be able to watch it if it did, because I don't fucking have HBO. But yeah, so y'all make sure y'all check that shit out, because that shit, it looked like it was real good. We also got Laquifa in Hallucinate, the comedy show. You know what I'm saying? As her infamous fight with the Mimi Amherst proved, Shangela is sickening, but not in like the very, very bad Corona kind of way. And I want to watch her first comedy special so I can gag on quarantine kind of way. To help you get through your isolation blues, RuPaul's Drag Race icon and Star is Born actor has made her stand-up concert available for free on YouTube. I'm telling you, people are fucking doing this shit like crazy now. Like, I knew I should have did this shit 2 years ago when I was thinking about it, and now I'm about to just look like another motherfucker that's doing the same shit that everybody else is doing. But that's a thing that, you know what I'm saying? That's a thing that's out. Y'all can also check out The Society on Netflix. You can also catch up the new season of Narcos is available on Netflix now. Tales from the Loop is on Amazon Prime. And y'all can also check out I think, hold up, this is not even new. Oh, this is just popping right now. Okay, so if y'all ever seen the movie Spirited Away, it's on a lot of all the different digital platforms right now. But y'all should really check this out, especially if you like anime and shit. Like, this is one of those really good anime films, and I would definitely recommend that shit for anybody trying to check it out. Also, check out Love is Blind on Netflix. Like, I feel like I just did like 2 digital fucking downloads to this episode. I should have just called this the fucking Corona digital download for because it's just, I'm just naming, you know, cool ass shit that maybe I should just add TV shows to the digital download. Y'all think I should do that? If anybody thinks that I should add TV shows to the digital download, make sure you guys leave a comment and let me know, and we'll just go ahead and switch it up, because I run shit around here. So if y'all want something changed, I can change that shit for you. But also check out The Circle, available on Netflix, and a couple of other shows like that come on TV that just are great to binge watch. That, if you're someone who hasn't been at home like this before, like, let you know, like, it's not that bad. And if you want to get into a TV show on TV without having to get on the streaming platforms, because everybody doesn't stream shit on their TV. A lot of people still have like tablets and phones that they stream shit from. However, here's my personal list of things that aren't new or anything, but they're just great shows to binge watch. And during this quarantine shelter in place thing that's going on, I think it's a perfect time to talk about, okay, if you want to really get into some shit, start from season 1 of Law and Order. Now, that's a great thing that you did. Now that I think about what I'm saying, all this shit is available on streaming platforms. And if you do want to watch it in order, then you probably should, unless you catch on Ion TV or USA. Pretty much any shows that come on there, they're gonna give you like 4 episodes at a time. They all gonna be in sequential order, and if you watch it for the whole week, you could catch a whole season every week. So, but here are my picks. Me and the lady been watching a lot of NCIS Los Angeles. That's a great show to binge watch. Of course, the original NCIS as well. Criminal Minds is good, and of course, Law and Order. Like I said, especially if you start from especially if you're doing SVU and you start from season 1 and go all the way to right now where they're at. Oh, this quarantine shit is gonna pass you by so fast, you're not even gonna know what happened. If you haven't ever seen Supernatural, I would definitely suggest binge watching that shit from start to now. Another good show to binge watch, and it's already off the air, so you know what I'm saying, you can watch it from beginning to end and not have to worry about trying to catch up on TV, which is Smallville. Smallville is an amazing show that started off on WB, ended up on CW, of course. And it's all about the lifetimes and trials and tribulations of teenage Superman into his journey to adulthood. And yeah, fucks Lana Lang, fucks Lois Lane. Superman fucked Lois and her cousin in the show. So yeah, if you ain't seen this shit, bitch, hop on that shit. And it's 10 seasons, and the last episode, I'm gonna give you a tiny little spoiler just so you can figure out how the whole show got to this. The last episode is when he gets the suit. That's all I'm gonna fucking say. Alright. That's all for today's topic. I've talked you guys' heads off today. I definitely have. I appreciate y'all for tuning in and nerding out like always. Big thank yous to everyone who tunes in and nerds out every episode. Big shouts out to Earthlings Gang, my crew. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to you guys. My boy Greg Love, Bobby Abercrombie, my boy Cage, and of course my boy Django Fett. And can't go without re-mentioning big general in the army right now, Miss Nano Kitty Cat. Shouts out to you. Make sure you guys check out her segment on the Facebook page like I told you about earlier. Couple of other friends I want to give a little shout out to. My buddy Von Roberts. He's a hilarious comedian that lives out in California, and he is the one I'm giving credit to for being the first to start putting out comedy specials for free online. Even if he doesn't want to take the credit, fuck it, you're the shit. But his latest one, which this is his second one, is called I Hid the Car Seat For You. And it is a whole comedy EP special, so you guys can check out the whole thing on YouTube, video format. And then you can get the audio version on Spotify and Apple Music. How about that shit? Big shouts out to the homie Cool Cutlass. He got like 3 mixtapes, an EP, 2 singles, and 4 music videos coming out. So suffice to say, he got music on the motherfucking way. But right now, until he drops all this hot shit, I want y'all to check out Heartache PKB. And if you feel like it, let him know Urban Nerd Weekly sent y'all. Another shout out to my buddy Hitman and Hitmaker with the Come Up mixtape. Huge shouts out for my buddy Hitman and Hitmaker. He's been definitely helping me stay connected around the city of Atlanta. We've been moving and shaking together for a while now, so make sure y'all stream and or download the Come Up mixtape. Available on all mixtape platforms and music streaming platforms, so you get on Spinrilla, my mixtapes, live mixtapes, Apple Music, and of course Spotify. And all music videos of course are on YouTube. Huge shouts out. Got a big announcement coming up in a couple of episodes about Podcast City Network. Big shouts out to Podcast City Network, as well as the Chris Carnage Show. But you guys will be finding out a little bit more about them in the coming episodes, because I'm finalizing some stuff. But big shouts out to them. If you haven't already checked out the show or all the shows on the Podcast City Network, please do so. You won't regret it. That's all we got today, you guys, though. We're gonna roll on up out of here. Like I said, thanks for tuning in and nerding out. I love you guys so much. My name is Space. I was here, but now I'm